Last week, I posted a video where I did the Every Room is a Different Pack challenge, and it went horribly. I had created a shell that I thought would look pretty cool, and then it looked like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And I feel like I need to redeem myself. I think I committed a terrible atrocity that day when I posted that video. And I'm telling you, that build was the most ugly thing I've ever created. And I tried so hard to make it look good. Like I really tried my best. So today I am trying to redeem myself. I don't know if anything I do for the rest of my life could ever make up for what I did that day. But I think today is the day I start to pay back to the world after my terrible crime of creating whatever last week's build was. So today I just I spent like an hour trying to make my shell into what I had originally imagined it being, which I will acknowledge the shell I created wasn't a very good shell for the challenge I was going to do because there was only one specific style that would work for it, and that style was not what I ended up randomly generating on the wheel. But today I decided just to show you what I wanted it to look like. And I was actually really pleased with how I got the outside to look. Like, I don't know, I think usually I struggle quite a bit with the outside of Sims builds, but today I was just I was feeling the creative juices flowing and I was like, whoa, this is really, really working well. The inside, however, is not my best work, but it's better than whatever I created last week. So hopefully my redemption is not tainted by the fact that it's not my best work. Anyway, I love the cottage living and like jungle adventure and that kind of thing, like plants that you can put on the walls. I think it looks so good. Putting all these like the wisteria and the ivy on the walls, it's my favorite thing to do because if you're not too sure how to make the house look interesting, just completely cover it in the plants because it looks so cool. It's like my favorite thing ever. And everyone knows if you're building a room and it looks a bit gross, you put a plant in it. And it's the same for landscaping and building the outside of the house too. Like plants just fix everything. They are the cure to the world. Also, I'm quite frustrated because The Sims recently made the backyard stuff pack free. And I was so mad because the timing they did it was straight after I had purchased that pack. So it was fine because I got it on sale anyway. So I only wasted like £5 on it or something. But it was quite unfortunate timing. But luckily, this time, so they're making the Blooming Rooms kit free. And luckily I've heard about that ahead of time. Like that's going to be soon. It's not actually happened yet. It's probably happened by the time this video goes out. But as of recording, I have not been able to purchase the Blooming Rooms pack for free because it hasn't come out yet. But when it does, I will be downloading that kit straight away because I am not going to purchase kits. I do not buy kits. They are not for me. I do not agree with them in concept. So I will not be spending my money on them. But if they're free, I'll happily download them. Like that's how I have the Desert Luxe kit and the fashion streetwear thing kit. The names are a bit difficult to remember, but that one that was pretty cool. It had the cool nose ring. That kit, that was free. So I've got those two kits and I'm going to have a third one and I'm really pleased. I'm just growing my collection. But I don't know. I disagree with them on principle. I think kits are a bad idea because it's basically just microtransactions and it's not a mobile game, is it? Like I'm not playing The Sims so that I can spend £30 on gems every week so I can level up my sim to level 10 of the business career. Like that is not the game I want to be playing, you know? I hope at this point in the speed build you can kind of see like where my vision is taking me with this build because in last week's episode it was not clear at all. It was very very icky what I created. Like I think I ended up using the blinds from my first pet stuff as paneling for the walls of the outside. And I had not intended to use paneling anyway, but like I hadn't got any other option. Like I didn't really have any other choice for wallpapers for the outside because my first pet stuff does not have any wallpapers. And it was quite upsetting really because to put all those panelings up, it took a while. Like it took a long time and all for what? Because it was pretty ugly by the end of it. Like it was not um a good return on my investment at all. But hopefully this build will be a bit of a better return because it took basically as long as last time, like an hour and a bit. And I think it's drastically better, but I guess that's up to you. Maybe you prefer the old version. I do not. Although I do really like the living room that I did last time, the Snowy Escape living room. I think that was pretty cool. And I took inspiration of that in this one. So you'll see I put the Snowy Escape fireplace in the same place that I put it last time because I really liked how I did that last time. And yeah, I was just a big fan of it. So you'll see that I did that. Also, when I was doing this rebuild, I had a cool idea that we could make the roof an accessible thing. So I used the trellis ladder from high school years and I put it up to the roof and I thought that was really cool. So I did slightly change the shell from last time, but like if I had thought of that idea last time, I would have done it, but I hadn't thought of it. So I think it's not really cheating. Like I'm taking this as a shell challenge, but a very loose shell challenge because I did add like a couple walls, like literally like one wall, and I did also use the roof, which actually I think that is allowed in a shell challenge. So yeah, I'm actually not cheating. I did add some walls though because I thought it would be a cool idea to have a kind of like roof area over the hot tub, which I don't know, I quite like how it looks, but I hadn't decided to do it just because. I had originally decided to do it because the columns wouldn't go all the way up on one side and I thought it looked really weird otherwise. So I decided to have the columns go from like the top. I don't know how well I'm explaining it, but basically the columns were acting weirdly and the only way I could figure out how to fix it was to just add an extra roofing section. And I thought it looks pretty good actually. And I thought like, oh, that's kind of realistic. Like you might want a shaded area if it's particularly sunny and you kind of want to be like in the shade and not getting sunburnt all day. So I was like, that's a cool idea. And I really like the outside of this house. I feel like it's so like sunny and happy and cheerful. When I was doing the inside, I feel like the style I had cultivated for the outside didn't really translate very well. Like I kind of went a bit more dark and basically every room was a different style. It was kind of, it's like that challenge, like the every room is a different style challenge. Basically, that's how I do my houses. Like I'm very bad at sticking to one style. And I think it's because IRL, in real life, I like lots of different styles. One day I'll have a certain style and the next day I'll have a different style. My point is, I'm not very consistent with my styling. And I think that translates to my Sims builds as well. So hopefully that's not too weird. It kind of looks like each room was decorated by a different person with a different vision of the build, but really it was just me being inconsistent and a bit silly. So I don't know. Do with that information as you will. Am I a bad builder? Potentially, but I'm trying my best. And I am improving actually. Like I always forget how much I've improved since I first started building, like when I got the game years ago. Because when I look back at old builds I did back when I played on PlayStation, even like I used to play on PlayStation and then I played on Xbox and now I play on my laptop. But back when I played on PlayStation, my builds were so bad. It was basically just the square box that every Sims player does when they first start. And I thought it looked good. I thought I was like a peak builder. And I would use, the room dividers from Dine Out. Like they've got slats and one of them has a hole in them. I was so obsessed with those. That was my masterful building tip, which was just to use the room dividers as not even I would just have them because I thought they looked cool. And I do still think they look cool, but not how I used them. I just put them in the room. And it did not look good. It looked really bad. So I guess anything is an improvement from that. Anyway, I think we are coming to the end of the video. So thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed it, it would be amazing if you could leave a like or a comment or maybe even subscribe. And if you loved it, share it with a friend because that would really help me out just getting to more people. Thank you for watching and goodbye.